Peace and blessings, beautiful people. Peace and blessings. This is Goddess Imani, and welcome to this episode of Sacred Love Lessons. When we align with the frequency of our desires, we attract them into our lives. In this episode, we're diving into the art of maintaining vibrational alignment in our everyday lives. Get ready to discover practical tips and techniques that will help you stay in harmony with your true self, no matter what challenges come your way. If this is your first time here, this may be your first time being introduced to this concept, so you may often hear me repeat some things that we covered in earlier episodes that you may not have listened to. So what is spiritual frequency hopping? Spiritual frequency hopping is remembering who you are, aligning with what is true for you, and embodying the frequency already within your soul. I'll say that again. Spiritual frequency hopping is remembering who you are, aligning with what is true for you, and embodying the frequency already within your soul. Today we'll be covering the living light frequency. The living light frequency is a radiant frequency of spiritual embodiment where your being becomes a transmission of your presence, love, and truth. This frequency isn't simply about being bright or happy. It's about living a conscious beam of divine intelligence, activated in every moment, even in the shadow. The living light frequency is the cellular awakening. It's an awakening of your cells, a deep reactivation of inner knowing at the body and soul level. This frequency represents inner brilliance, the radiant truth of who you are, revealed in how you live. Your inner brilliance shines beyond your circumstances. It is also the awakened radiance, a soul fully alive, aligned, and overflowing. Your life becomes a living expression of your inner truth. It is clarity and guidance, a frequency that magnetizes truth and repels distortion. It is compassionate authority. It holds space and clears space simultaneously. In spiritual frequency hopping, this is a quantum clarity frequency, one that instantly raises your baseline and reveals timelines rooted in purpose, service, and soul joy. Now, when you hop into the living light frequency, these transformations can emerge. 1, you can see timelines restructure around you. Light reveals the path forward as life unfolds in divine order. What once felt far now arrives with grace and flow. 2, you become a mirror and a magnet. People either awaken in your presence or they move out of your energy field. There is no middle ground. And this has been my experience. When I come onto the scene, one or two things will happen. People will generally either take to me and enjoy my light, my energy, my presence, or they will run away. 3, discernment heightens. You spot energetic misalignments before they root in your reality, and you no longer entertain distortion. Distortion is any idea, belief, or perception that twists your truth. It shows up as fear-based thinking, limiting beliefs, self-doubt, shame, manipulation, or spiritual bypassing. And you can often tell what's in a person's heart, 1, by the energy that you pick up on, and 2, by the language that they're using. If they're coming with that limiting language, the doubting language, the disbelief, negative talk, you can already tell that that's probably not a person that's in alignment with who you are. 4, sacred leadership emerges. Your light and presence becomes a blessing. As a sacred leader, you are deeply rooted in your light and hold space for others to rise into theirs. Now, this has been a journey that I've recently been on in terms of learning how to lead, understanding what sacred leadership is and what that entails. Now, in the Western culture, we think leadership is a person being on the mountaintop and everyone looking at them, the big greats. And in the past, in the Piscean age, that was the case. And we can see that rooted in the religion where we have religious leaders. We can see that rooted in the space of motivation where we've seen motivational leaders and people like that. When I grew up, it was always a few. It was like this elite circle. And that was during the Piscean age. And everyone was going, myself included, was going to the conferences and things like that. We were seeking wisdom, seeking information, and it seemed like only a select few had it. Okay, well, now in this age of Aquarius, now everyone knows that they have the power. And this is where your own sacred leadership energy emerges within you. All you have to do is go within. You don't need to go to a conference. You don't need to go to some leader. You don't have to listen to them. The only leader that you need to listen to is yourself. You can be your own guru. We covered that in, I think it was last season, maybe 2 seasons ago. I don't remember. You can go back through the archive and see, but you can be your own guru. You can tap into your own discernment. You can listen to your own inner voice. You can listen to your higher self, your goddess, God self. And in this age of Aquarius, we understand that there has been a shift, a rise in the consciousness, knowing that everyone has that. It's not a select few. Everyone has that. That is your sacred leadership energy. Number 5, shadow integrates light. Light confronts the shadow and reveals its wisdom. When light meets shadow, it doesn't say, you shouldn't be here. Instead, it says, I see you and I offer my light that you may remember your true essence. The shadow can integrate light, but only when it is ready to transform. The shadow is not inherently evil, bad, or wrong. It just simply is. It's simply unconsciousness. The parts of ourselves that we have denied, hidden, wounded, or exiled. These parts often carry deep wisdom, creativity, and power, but they've been shaped by fear and distortion. When these parts encounter the light, truth, love, and awareness, something amazing happens. They remember their original design. Think of this as alchemy. However, the shadow must choose to receive light. It must be open to being seen, healed, and reclaimed. And when it does, it becomes a vessel, a once wounded part, now infused with higher frequency and sacred purpose. This is why you guys always hear me end with be the light. When you are the light, you can go within yourself, you can go within your own darkness, your own shadow, and bring forth light. You bring forth more wisdom, more truth, more love. You bring forth more healing. Okay? How awesome is that? So how do you be the light every day? To live in this frequency, the living light frequency, you don't have to strive. All you have to do is remember, rise, and radiate. That's it. Remember, rise, and radiate. That's why we always ask the question, who am I? Who am I? So you can remember, who am I? Then you want to ask yourself, where am I? That's assessing frequency awareness, frequency identity, to find out what frequency are you vibrating on. And then just radiate, just be the higher frequency. Here's a daily rhythm for embodying the living light frequency. These are suggestions. You can do it however you want to do it. So in the morning activation light alignment, affirm yourself by saying, I am the light. I shine because I remember. I am the light. I shine because I remember. Then visualize a golden sun rising from your solar plexus that's right above the navel. expanding through your body. Speak your intention for the day. May I illuminate every room I enter with love and light. May I illuminate every room I enter with love and light. Number 2, this is for midday. So maybe, the morning was a bit rough. Maybe you got off track a little bit. That is okay. Okay. This journey is all about you, and that is okay. So midday, you have a midday reset. This is your light check-in. Ask yourself, where am I dimming my light to fit in? Where am I dimming my light to fit in? Do a quick breath work. Inhale, clarity. Inhale, exhale. So you're going to inhale clarity. You're going to exhale distortion. Repeat that 3 times. Feel free to go back. I know I'm going kind of fast. Feel free to pause, take notes, go back, re-listen. Lift through your heart. The light within you knows how to realign. So that's something that you can do if you've gotten up to a rough start in your day. This is a midday check-in. You can do that light check-in. Okay, number 3. Now we're in the evening. This is the time where you have reflection and you do a light inventory. You want to journal. I love journaling. You want to journal. Where did I shine today from within? Where did I shine today from within? This is where you were shining without needing external validation. This was where you was just big up in yourself, encouraging yourself. You was being the light. It was all coming from within you. You was being your own peace, your own joy, your own stillness, whatever you needed to be for you, you showed up for you. This is where you write it down in your journal. No matter how big or small you think it is, it's all good. It's all important. Put that in your journal. Where did I shine today from within? Then bless all moments of shadow. Moments of shadow include emotional valleys, feelings of grief, fear, shame, anger. That moment when maybe you cut someone off in traffic, you gave them the bird or you cussed them out. That's a moment of shadow. That's okay. Bless all these moments because everything matters, right? It's not inherently evil, bad, or wrong. It just is a moment of unconsciousness. But we're going to bring it into the light, and this is how you do that. If you've had periods of confusion, when clarity slips away and doubt creeps in, you start off really strong, coming out the gate, you clear, everything is good. And then, maybe something happened. Maybe you start doubting yourself from within. That is the period of confusion. Write that down. Times of transition, when the old no longer fits, but the new hasn't arrived. Some people refer to this place as the bardo, the in-between place or the void. You may find yourself in this place when you're in between frequencies, going from one frequency to the next, or you're going from one season of your life to the next. When you're in a process of becoming, there's always this old version of you, and then there's this new version of you that you're beginning to embrace, but you're not fully there yet. You're learning. You're starting over on a new frequency, but you're like at the novice level, you're learning. That's that in-between place, times of transition. If that is you, write that down. It is okay. And I just want you to know, no matter how you feel, if you feel lonely, it is okay to feel how you feel. But I want you to know that you are not alone. Okay? I've been in this place. Every time I change frequency, there's this period of transition. When I'm in between seasons, there's this period of transition. You're not alone. We all go through this, okay? So I don't want you to think, because your ego will tell you you're in this by yourself, and you are not. You're not alone, okay? You have a soul tribe. We're all interconnected. We love you, and we are here for you. This is why it is so important for all of us to be the light every day, because someone is waiting for you. Someone somewhere needs your light. So be the light. Write it down. And then if there were moments where you had inner confrontations, this is when patterns, wounds, or false identities resurface, and sometimes they will. This is where, doubt, self-doubt creeps in. And this is why you have to always remember, who am I? And you have to tell yourself, it's not going to come from an external source. This is your shadow work. This is your responsibility to go into your shadow and bring forth light. So you have to go through this process, write it down, okay? Treasure the shadows. They are opportunities for growth, and they hold the hidden gems your soul came here to find. An affirmation for shadow work. I honor the shadow as sacred ground. In its depths, I find the light I came here to carry. Now, here are some affirmations for the living light frequency. I shine because my soul remembers the way. I shine not to be seen, but because I am aligned with the eternal light within me. I shine because my soul remembers the way. I shine not to be seen, but because I am aligned with the eternal light within me. I'll leave you with this final thought. To live the living light frequency is to awake each day knowing that you are the light. You are a lighthouse in motion, and your light is a quiet power, a sacred presence that speaks for itself. All it requires is that you simply be you. Be the you who walks in alignment, radiates in authenticity, rises in truth, and let every breath be a transmission of your soul remembrance. So that's what I have for you today. Thank you for listening to this episode of Sacred Love Lessons. I am the universe. Now what? Wherever you are in the world, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until we speak again, be the light.